Today, let us write a menu-driven Python program using functions to calculate the area of mathematical shapes. Okay, we have already done this program, but today we are going to do this program using functions. So first, you should take a new file. It's taken. You need to save the file. It's already saved for you. After that, you should write a comment. Calculate the area of the mathematical shapes. Okay. Now after that you can import the necessary modules. Depending on the need, you can do that. Now menu driven program means the first function that you require is, in order to display the menu, let me create a function. Similarly, in order to read the choice, let me create another function. After that, we will think about the remaining functions. Okay, so which are the initial functions required? In order to display the menu, let me create my own function. In order to read the choice from the keyboard, let me create another function. Okay, function 1 to display the menu. How do you create a function? It is the keyword def. What is the meaning of def? The first three characters of definition. Okay, definition of a function. So def, that is followed by the name of the function. You can give any suitable name. Let me give the name menu, followed by function symbol, followed by colon. So a function header should end with a colon. Colon marks the beginning of the block of statements associated with this function. Certainly, the first line of the function should be a comment, and it is known by the name document string. Okay, so you should write a document string. It carries mark. Let me write a document string. Okay, now I am going to write the code, the body of the function, which means the necessary statements associated with this function, displaying the menu. First, you can write like this: print, inside double quotes, you can write okay. Now below that you can write what is option number 1 of your menu, area of a square. What is option number 2 of your menu? Maybe I can copy paste this one, area of a rectangle. So here option number 2. What is option number 3 of your menu? Area of a triangle. And what is the second last option? Area of a circle. And what is the last option? Exit from the program. Okay, so I created a function by the name menu. In the main function, I will call this one. Okay, how to call, I will explain. Now the second function, in order to read the choice from the keyboard, let me create a function. How do you create the function? Start with the keyword def, followed by name of the function, function symbol, colon. Certainly you should write a document string. Now after that, what you can do is, how do you read the choice? It is int input. Now enter your choice. And here that should be stored in a variable example C. So variable C contains the choice. It may be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, or any number other than 1 to 5. Now this function knows the choice. When the control goes back to the main function will not get this value, okay, because this variable is active and alive only inside this function, and the technical term to be used is local variable. C is a local variable. Okay, so if you want C, the choice, to be available in the main function, you should return that value, return C. So when you return C, this value will be returned to the main function or the function from where you are calling this function. Usually it is the main function. Okay, so in order to exit from a function, we make use of the keyword return. Please understand that, because return C means the quantity is returned to the main function, which means you exit from this function. So please understand, it may come for MCQ type of question. In order to return from a function, which keyword, in order to exit from a function, which keyword is made use of? Return. So I created two functions. Now which are the remaining functions required? To calculate the area of a square, I need a function. How do you calculate area of the square? Side of the square should be entered from the keyboard, and after that area must be calculated and displayed. So in order to read side from the keyboard, let me create another function. In order to calculate the area and display the area of a square, I will create another function. Okay, so wherever possible, make use of function. To read the side of the square, let me create a function. Start with the keyword def followed by r, meaning read side. Call it document string, used it to read the side of the square. And how do you read the side? Side may be decimal number, so you can use float input, and here you can write enter the side of the square, and here you can have a variable name s is equal to. Okay, now if you want, you can break this, use the double quotes, backward slash, and you can continue here. Okay, so that it is readable, the statement is readable. Now side is available in this function. This function knows the value of the variable s, but when the control goes back to the main function does not know this value. So main function should be made aware about the value, because in the main function we calculate the area of the square. Okay, so you should return the quantity to main function. So maybe you can remember like this: inside a function, if you read the quantity, usually that quantity is returned to the main function. You can remember like that. Now in order to calculate the area of a square, let me create another function. The keyword def followed by a for area square, colon. Certainly document string should be written, used to calculate and display area of square. Now what is area of the square? Area is equal to side into side, and here you can display the answer. Area of the square equals you can write a. But there is a problem. This function does not know the value of the variable s that is there in the main function. How it is available in the main function? Because it is returned to the main function. So from the main function it should be passed. Only if you pass this quantity to this function, it will be available inside the function a square, so that you can calculate the area, it is displayed. Okay, so don't forget to pass this value to this function, otherwise this function will not get the value of site. So the remaining functions will be explained in the next video tutor.